LeBron and Giannis lead their respective conferences in the first round of All-Star voting from results released by the NBA on Thursday. Just a reminder, fans account for 50% of the vote to decide the All-Star game starters. NBA players and a media panel, they account for 25% each. But let's take a look at the top vote getters by position in the first fan returns, and I will read the top names. I'm not going to read all of them for the audio listener, for the podcast listener. West front court, it's LeBron. He cracked 2 million votes there. It's KD, and it's Jokic. In the backcourt, you see there, it's Luka, Steph, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in third, nearly cracking 1 million votes, but he's got some distance to go to catch Curry or Luka. In the East, front court, it's as expected. It's Giannis, who hit 2.1 million. It's Joel Embiid, and it's Tatum. Those guys pulling in big numbers in terms of votes. And in the backcourt there, Tyrese Halliburton with 1.3 million, and then Damian Lillard would be right now the second starting guard. But Trae Young, not too far behind, and you see the rest. The question for you guys, TK, you can get us started here. Biggest surprise from the first fan returns of NBA All-Star voting?
The biggest thing that surprised me was that Alperen Şengün has more All-Star votes than either Victor Wembanyama or Chet Holmgren.
Yeah.
He's been great, no doubt about it.
Yep.
And the Rockets definitely have still have a large Chinese fan base that could get in on the voting, but that was still surprising to see because I feel like Şengün is probably flying under the radar from a national standpoint. And then you mentioned it, Skeets. Tyrese Halliburton leading the East guards, I think is pretty surprising. He finished 5th in voting in the final votes last year. James Harden, Kyrie Irving were still in the Eastern Conference at that point, but Dame Lillard had yet to come to the East. So I think people saw the IST, and I think they have watched the way Halliburton plays, and it's fun to watch. So not a surprise that he would be number one, but that he actually got there over some more established guys. That is a surprise to me.
It's reminiscent of Kyle Lowry getting the All-Star start in the 2016 All-Star game in Toronto. I wonder if there's like this little, with the game being in Indianapolis, that Tyrese Halliburton gets that bump. Just a possibility. I mean, very deserving that he should be an All-Star starter. But anything else surprise you?
Yeah, it would be good to track where all these votes coming from. Are they coming from Indianapolis? Is that where? Because
they're not coming from Canada. I don't see a single Siakam or Barnes on this list. We're not counting them.
Right. But Halliburton, way up there, and I'm just wondering how much, did the in-season tournament factor in here, that he was that good in it, and that people all over the world could be voting for Tyrese Halliburton. So I am a little surprised there because a smaller market guy gets a number one, but must have eyeballs from all over the place. And I bring up the small market because there's small markets that guys should have gotten way more on both of them, like Anthony Edwards, Cat, De'Aaron Fox should be up way higher. Fox being 8th, Karl Anthony Towns being 10th, and Anthony Edwards being 6th, way back from the West guards. But the West guards is cool to see again. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that guy must be just popular on the internet. He just must be very glamorous. People like his look because a small market guy. Back-to-back years. Last year he was 4th in that first. The first ballot return. He keeps climbing, so that's going to be a good race. It's a 3-guard race with Luka, Steph, and Shai, and then everybody else is way back. But yeah, Shai's got a chance.
Yeah, he's got a chance, but he just doesn't, I don't think, have the fan base to contend with either Luka's fan base or Steph Curry's fan base. So I think he's going to be, he's going to have to be selected. Of course, he'll be picked by the coaches. I don't think he'll get in there as a starter. I also took away from this, Lakers fans, man, they vote. Celtics fans, man, they vote. Knicks fans? Not really. Jalen Brunson, once again, as expected, and we talked about it last year, TK, guys averaging 26, 6, and 4 on a good team, shooting splits of 47, 43, 80 plus at the line, and the Knicks fans, I think, are dropping the ball for the second year in a row here. He's too low. He's getting very few votes. He should get more from a huge metropolitan city with that all you hear about are Knicks fans, bing bong this, bing bong that, and they don't vote for the guy.
A lot of people in New York moved to New York, though.
It's true, transplants.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of fun stuff to do in New York rather than just sitting on your computer voting.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
They have
nothing to do in L.A. either.
Yeah.
It's a lot more boring.
You're just at the beach.
Yeah, exactly. Check in.
It's a weird one. The next one, I don't know how many have computers or have the apps. Let's check.
They're frauds. Knicks fans are frauds, man. They talk a big game. They can't even get Brunson in the starting All-Star. He should have way more votes. Way more. For the fan base that they have or pretend to have and how loud they are. It's embarrassing for the second year in a row now. I get it last year. Not this year. With how good they are and how great he's been.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it.
And I guess because he started well, Brunson did, his number is way higher than Julius Randle. Randle isn't even on this list.
Right.
The 10th spot in forwards is Paolo Banchero. He didn't even make it there. So he's probably got like a third of what Jalen Brunson has.
Truthfully though, like I was joking about Siakam and Barnes not making it here either in the top 10, but it's like there should be no votes except for 3 guys in the East front court. Like you should be voting for Giannis, Embiid, and Tatum. I don't really know how you can convince yourself that anyone else.
That's the starting 3.
So,
that's easily.
You gotta vote for who you want for. Don't get me wrong, like who you like. But
I just don't know how this works. Boston specifically, Tatum has 1.7 mil. Jaylen Brown has 400,000. You think Drew Holiday would have more?
But Derek White,
he plays on that team,
didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're there. But they have way lower. They have 145,000, 175,000. I just don't know how this works. I just wonder how you get the 3-timer. They tabulate them. Yeah, there's some tabulations going on. I don't know what's happening. I would like to see them all. But I am surprised to see Trae Young getting a lot more votes than last year, being third this year. He was way below. And he deserves it. He's awesome. They're having a great offensive season. And he's shooting a great 3 percentage. They've got the 6th best offense. He's leading it. So people are supporting him more than they were last year, I should say.